Hi, my name is Lynn, and this is the last day of my 15-day trip around Italy. And I'm here today in Treviso for our final day. We have our farewell dinner tonight. So I've just done an albatross tour through Italy, and it's been absolutely wonderful. Well, some of the highlights would be our trip to Florence. I've always read about Florence, but actually physically seeing it was just amazing. We went into the Accademia Museum and saw the statue of David. We had a wonderful guide who spoke English. He grew up in Melbourne. And just hearing that history, not just hearing the history, but seeing it, unbelievable. I will have these memories forever. And on another occasion, we got a boat, the local ferry, and we went out to Portofino. That was just amazing. Picturesque, beautiful sunny day, a bit warm, but a spectacular spot. It's a little seaside port, and we were able to spend several hours wandering around there. Found a little cafe to stop and have some lunch, and it was just picture perfect. It was beautiful. On one of our free days, our wonderful tour guide escorted us to the local ferry terminal. We purchased tickets and we did a little island hop. So we went to some local markets first, and we had a couple of hours. Then we decided to venture further on, and we went to Simone, which was just amazing. And a friend that was with us had assured us that there was a castle. We weren't quite finding this castle. Turned a corner, and here's this amazing structure right in front of us, and that was just spectacular. So amazing that I felt I needed to take my shoes off and have a little paddle just to have that memory and a few photos. And we found a gorgeous place for lunch that had this amazing tree canopy that we sat under. It was just beautiful, just amazing. And then we did a return trip on the local ferry. Our first overseas trip was 4 years ago, and we went to London. We did a tour, a UK, Wales, Scotland, Ireland tour, and then we did a little day trip to Paris, and then we spent 6 days in Paris. And we booked that with Narelle at Holiday World, and she was just amazing. Holidays can be really exciting, but at the same time, when you haven't done much travelling, they can be overwhelming. And we knew what we wanted to see, but we just weren't sure how to go about connecting the dots, I suppose. And she was just wonderful. She said, "Tell me what you want to see," and she collated. She had to do it several times because I kept adding things, but she collated it all together, and it was just amazing. That was our first trip. This would have to be the holiday of a lifetime. We loved our first trip, but seeing Italy has always been on our bucket list, I guess. And this has been amazing. We actually decided to spend 5 weeks over here. So I said to Narelle, before I do the Italy trip, we'd love to do a river cruise. Never done a river cruise before. She came up with a fantastic river cruise for us that perfectly fit in with our timetable. And we so we started in Amsterdam and finished the river cruise in Basel. And then all the connections were made, so we didn't have to worry. It's just having someone take all the worry and the hassle out of booking a holiday, and also knowing that what you book actually exists. You hear these horror stories. So I guess with working with Narelle, she's just been amazing. She does the airlines. We got really good deals. It's our transfers from one place to the other. We've got several trains on this trip. And when you don't speak Italian, but everything was just taken care of from one stop to the other, and it's just been spectacular. We haven't had a hiccup on this trip. Yes, on our previous trip in 2014, we did have a little hiccup. It was our last night in Paris, and we were flying out the next day home to Sydney. We arrived at our designated hotel, and unforeseen circumstances, there had been a bit of an electrical issue, and the floor we were staying on had no air conditioning. Now we're talking just after Bastille Day, 42 degrees. It was like walking into a furnace, and we just thought, we cannot possibly stay here. So I didn't know what to do, but I rang Narelle. I had her contact details. She always gives me those when I travel. I rang her, I think it was very early hours of the morning, and she just calmly said, it's okay, go and have a coffee, I'll ring you back. So we wandered down the streets of Paris, found a cafe, and that's exactly what we did. And within about 40 minutes, she rang back. She said, go back to the hotel, collect your baggage, a taxi will be waiting, and I've rebooked another hotel for you just around the corner. She not only did that, but she then had to contact our private transfer to the airport the next day. That was all changed. I did not have to do a thing. It was hassle-free travelling. So therefore it wasn't a not so happy ending to our amazing holiday. It was just, I knew that she had it in control. She's the expert, she has the contacts, and for us all we do is enjoy the trip without the hassles.